Hi kindergarten friends. Guess what? I found the perfect book that reminded me of a project we did last week when we were still in school in the building, where we mixed our own skin colors and named them. That was so much fun. Give me a quiet connection if you remember how we started off with shades of brown, and then we maybe added a little bit of tan or yellow or white or red, and we mixed our colors and we matched them against our skin until we found a color or a shade of a color that looked the most like us. That was super fun. I loved mixing my skin. I used like peach and a little bit of tan and a little bit of white for my skin, and it wasn't a perfect match, but it was pretty close. And I saw that a lot of yours were very close too. And actually, it made me think about how we are all pretty much shades of brown, right? Everyone has some brown in their skin. And this book is about not people, but colors and colors mixing. But they're colors that are sort of like people because they live in a town and they have friendships and adventures with each other. So I cannot wait to share this book with you and then maybe make some colors of our own. Are you ready? It's called Mixed, A Colorful Story. In the beginning, there were 3 colors: reds, yellows, and blues. They look friendly, don't they? Look at their facial expressions. Reds were the loudest! Okay, red. La 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 la! Yellows were the brightest. Wow, look at that sparkly yellow. And blues were the coolest. Give me your best cool blue face. I wish I could see them. I know they're awesome. Everyone lived in color harmony, which means peacefully together, until, cliffhanger. Let's look at their faces. How are they looking right now? Some look happy. Some look unsure. Some look a little bit frustrated, maybe. Interesting. One afternoon when a red said, "Reds are the best! Reds are the best!" Whoa. Let's look at their faces on this page. How do the colors feel, do you think? This guy, this red, looks like he's pretty happy, right? Like maybe he agrees with what this red is saying. But I'm also noticing some reds that maybe don't agree and are maybe thinking, what do you think this red is thinking? I have a guess. Why don't you make one too in your head? I think maybe he's thinking, wow, that red doesn't speak for all of us. That red doesn't have, that's just his opinion. That's not my opinion, even though we're both reds. That red looks a little bit like he wishes this red weren't saying that reds are the best. Because remember, we've talked about the word best and how it's tricky. Words like best and better even are tricky words because they are the kinds of words that just by the fact that they exist mean that if there's a best, there's also some people or some colors that are not the best. If there's a better, there's some people or colors in this case that are worse. And those are the kinds of words that make people feel how? Show me on your face. Yeah, I'll bet you're looking sad right now. So one afternoon, this red said, "Reds are the best." And let's look at the yellow and blue faces too. Maybe some shock, or some anger, or some sadness. Because it can make you feel sad when someone else says that they're the best, because that means that maybe you are less. That's the way we never want to make our friends feel. The yellows disagreed. "No, we're the best because we're the brightest." The blues were too cool to even respond. Oh man, I want you to look at this picture landscape. Are you seeing a lot of happy faces or a lot of unhappy faces? I don't think I see one happy face here. Not even the original red that made his "Reds are the best" announcement. Interesting. The colors decided to live in separate parts of the city. This says Redville, Bluetown, Yellow Heights, and look at how they're separating themselves from each other. I don't see too many happy faces here either, do you? This reminds me a little bit of when we were talking about Martin Luther King back in February. Do you remember that? Give me a quiet connection. Yeah, we were talking about how people with different skin colors had to go to separate places, and how when something is separate or apart from something else, it can never really be fair or equal, right? That's just a connection I made to this story. I'd love to hear some of your connections too. But then one day, a yellow noticed a blue. And something happened. I feel so happy when I'm with you. And I feel so calm when I'm with you. Do you have a friend who makes you feel happy when you're sad? Or maybe calm when you have a lot of energy? I think that's what's happening with these colors, which is pretty special, huh? Yellow and blue became inseparable. That's a big word, say it with me. Inseparable. And it means when you're super close to someone and you're never apart from them. Life felt so vibrant. And vibrant is another big word that means colorful and bright. But not all the colors were happy about it. I don't like yellow's effect on blue. Colors shouldn't mix. That blue isn't bright enough for our yellow. Let's take a pause right here and think about that. Blue and yellow are super happy here, aren't they? They're inseparable. They're always together. They're having fun. They're feeling happy and calm. But it looks like their friends might not feel the same way. Interesting. But yellow and blue loved each other so much, they decided to mix. Oh, and look here. It looks like their friends or their family have started to be okay with the fact that they love each other and are together. And a red is even the one who's marrying them. And red, if you remember, was the original color that said reds are the best. So do you think minds are changing maybe? I think it looks like minds might be changing. Sometimes all it takes to change minds when things aren't fair are a couple of brave people like you. Together they created a brand new color. They named her green. Green was bright like yellow and calm like blue, but really she was a color all her own. And I love this page because it reminds me about how we were talking about our skin colors and how sometimes our parents have different skin colors and our skin color is a mix of both of their skin colors. I thought that was a really cool connection. And as we know, of course, yellow and blue do make green, right? But green is her own color. She's similar to her parents, but she also has her own unique special things about her. Everyone was fascinated. She's so cute. I've never seen anything like her before. Can I hold her? Even the grumpy colors fell in love with green. That's really interesting to me too, because I'm recognizing some colors from back on the previous pages, and I'm noticing their faces looking a lot different. I'm noticing these sad faces and these angry faces that happened back when the colors were all separate are now turned around into happy and welcoming faces because of green, because of a brand new mixture of a color. The colors began to see new possibilities. Soon other colors mixed. Red and yellow make orange, and mixed blue and red make purple, or maybe even a little bit of a maroon if you use more red. And mixed. And mixed. Wow, look at all these colors. There were so many new colors and a lot of new names. Be careful, Jade. Don't forget your glasses, Lavender. Have fun, Amber. Look, I think these are the new colors with the new names, right? And these are probably their parents. The old neighborhoods of Redville, Bluetown, and Yellow Heights didn't make sense anymore. Why do you think it didn't make sense? Why do those old neighborhoods not really make sense anymore? Do you have a guess? I'm thinking they don't make sense because look at all these families and how there's different colors in every family. How would they know where to live if one of them was blue and one was red? Or one was amber and one was jade? everyone wanted to live together, so they rebuilt the city. I'm noticing them taking down the old signs that made people feel bad. I'm noticing colors work together to paint over those old signs. The new city was full of color. It wasn't perfect, but it was home. It wasn't perfect, but it was home. That's actually my favorite part of this story, because I think it's realistic. It's kind of similar to our real life. Even though we all want everyone to be able to live together peacefully, or in, what was that word we said earlier? Harmony. It doesn't always work that way, right? Sometimes people don't agree with each other. Sometimes people have different opinions and big feelings, but it was home, which means that they found a way to get over those big feelings and work together to make beautiful new colors together. Compare this page to the beginning. Hold on. Almost got it. And here we only have red, blue, and yellow, right? But by the end of the story, because of a couple brave colors who looked past each other's color, skin color, and looked to how they made each other feel, look at all of these beautiful, brand new variety of colors. I love that. And that's the end. So I hope you liked our story about this colorful family and this colorful town. We are now going to make our own colors, kind of similar to how we mixed our skin colors, except we're gonna make colors that are not skin colors, but are kind of like bright colors you might find in nature, or maybe on some houses, and colors that people use to paint things with a lot. I thought it would be cool to mix colors into different shades. So we already know that the primary colors are red, blue, and yellow, right? And we're pretty solid on what those colors make when they mix together, like on this page. Blue and red make purple, and red and yellow make orange. But there's all different kinds of shades of these colors, as we can see in our last page here. So I want us to make our very own shades of color mixing and also name them. I made my color as a mixture of blue and forest green. So blue and forest green made a combination that looks like this. And I looked at this just like I looked at my skin color mix last week and thought to myself, what does this color remind me of? And in just the same way that only you can name your own skin color, only you can name your own color you create too. So I'm gonna name mine, pond water. It reminds me of kind of going fishing in a bluish green pond. So I'm gonna name mine pond water and write that down right next to it. Pond. What's the next sound you hear in wah? What vowel makes that ah sound? Do you remember? Ah, like maybe an octopus. And then what? What's that last ending sound you hear? Pond, what? R. And again, this might not look quite the way it does in the dictionary, but it looks exactly right for what my color mix is. All right, my friends, I'm going to turn you loose now to mix your own colors, and you can use crayons or colored pencils or markers or even paints if you have it. Any medium. You can even get really creative and see if maybe there's something around your house you can use to mix colors if your grown-ups are okay with it. And what I want you to do once you've mixed your color and named it is think about all the different beautiful shades that we are and that are around us in the world, and then upload a picture of your new color to share with us. All right, I've done pond water, so I don't want to see any more pond waters. That one's already checked off the list. I can't wait to see what you come up with. I bet it's going to be a gorgeous rainbow of shades we can't even imagine yet.